For our challenge, we were tasked with proposing a plan to facilitate advanced care planning for nursing home residents and their family members. Advanced care planning, or ACP, is a process that supports individuals in understanding and sharing their goals and preferences regarding future medical care. In essence, the goal of ACP is to provide direction to healthcare professionals when a person is not in a position to communicate their own healthcare choices. Advanced care planning is particularly relevant for frail older adults residing in nursing homes due to the high probability that they will develop cognitive impairment and loss of decision-making capacity towards the end of life. However, only a minority of such individuals are engaged in ACP. In response, we propose a program that addresses the four main challenges to advanced care planning for nursing home residents. The first challenge is the discomfort and general lack of experience among nursing home staff members who are often tasked with having ACP conversations. To address this, we propose that nursing homes should mandate routine training sessions for all employees. As an example, annual one-day sessions would not only serve as refreshers for the basic skills needed to have ACP conversations, but would also educate staff members on how these conversations might change given significant events like the COVID pandemic. These sessions could also provide valuable resources like printed materials that staff members could reference to ensure that they maintain their skills, as well as references for mental health resources that staff members can access themselves as needed. We further propose making ACP documentation mandatory in the electronic medical record of nursing home residents to ensure that these conversations take place. The second challenge to facilitating ACP for nursing home residents is a general lack of staff time. In short, nursing homes are busy, complicated facilities, and staff members routinely have their efforts and attention divided between a variety of responsibilities. To address this challenge, we propose that nursing home facilities should make ACP conversations a part of routine events that every resident will encounter. For example, an ACP conversation should be a part of the intake process for every resident. Additionally, an ACP conversation should be a mandatory part of every routine physical exam. The third challenge to facilitating ACP for nursing home residents is the need to consistently revisit existing advanced care plans with residents and their family members. Needless to say, ensuring that an advanced care plan exists is essential. However, it is equally essential to ensure that a plan is consistent with an individual's wishes, which may fluctuate even over short periods of time. We propose that plans be reinforced by having multiple conversations regarding a single plan. For example, in an initial conversation, a healthcare provider might solicit a resident's thoughts and goals regarding advanced care. In a second conversation, family members could be included, with the patient now asked to think more specifically about their current illness and/or comfort level and how this might affect their wishes for their long-term health. In the final conversation, residents and their family members can talk about specifics such as drafting a will. With each conversation, the resident is challenged to think more and more about their plan and in turn is made all the more confident in their final decision. This process should be repeated routinely, with conversations always inviting input from loved ones and addressing the social and cultural influences on a patient's decision. The fourth challenge to facilitating ACP for nursing home residents is the lack of access to family members who need to be involved in conversations due to specifically the current COVID, the lack of access to family members who need to be involved in conversations due to curtailed visitation due to the COVID pandemic. It is well known that most enterprises have coped with the current pandemic by using technology that allows individuals to communicate virtually. We propose making this a possibility for ACP conversations by A, training staff members on how to facilitate ACP conversations in virtual settings, and B, equipping staff members with iPads containing secure applications through which these conversations can take place. Naturally, nursing home facilities should be prepared to designate individuals to serve as witnesses for these conversations. While we believe strongly in the potential efficacy of our plan, we also acknowledge certain barriers and limitations. For one, we acknowledge that the extra trainings we recommend are not without financial costs and will require significant time from facilities and staff members. Our recommended use of technology may also prove challenging, especially in cases where family members and residents are unfamiliar with its use, even with the staff member's assistance, or in cases where things like iPads are not easily affordable. Nonetheless, we believe strongly that if implemented, our plan would be feasible and effective, provided consistent evaluation and monitoring. Specifically, we propose routine surveys of residents and their family members, as well as routine auditing of the EMR to ensure that advanced care planning has occurred and documentation is in place for every nursing home resident. Ultimately, our plan is guided by the principle that all individuals are entitled to the same quality of care. In part, this means that every individual has a say in what their end-of-life care will consist of. Having regular conversations about advanced care planning is necessary to achieve this, and our plan will make sure that this happens for nursing home residents.